Getting started with BridgePoint is simple and fast. When you have a new engagement, you don't want to spend hours setting up and explaining to the entire team how to organize data. With BridgePoint, have the HR person, the consultant or educator who arrives on site directly conduct their interviews with a person or group as they normally do. Immediately afterwards, they simply have to log on to BridgePoint to record their notes. And recording notes are simple and straight from their mobile phone. Here, we log in using the access code and password given to us by our manager, and I simply click sign in. Once I sign in, all I have to do is hide the menu item by clicking this small arrow. You can see the menu item toggles on your mobile phone. For now, you don't have to look at the rest of the menu items to start your session. You simply click on Start Session button. The Start Session button asks you whether you want to run prompts, enter a one-on-one data session, or enter group data. So pick the one that you want to record notes for. You can ignore run prompts for now, and we'll save that for a later video. So say you just interviewed somebody one-on-one and you want to record their notes. Click Enter One-on-One Data. Add the name of the person, let's say John Smith. Add the role, let's say Nurse Manager. And add the department, ICU. Now what's important is you keep the department names consistent because BridgePoint aggregates all the data for the same department coming from multiple consultants. So try to keep the ICU name the same for everybody. If not, the manager can always update that or change that later, but it's good practice to start to do that right from the beginning. Now, once you've done that, document the concerns that were raised during the interview. Rating 1 for high concerns and rating 5 for low concerns. So let's say you just interviewed a worker who says they have high concerns about pay and about scheduling. So you simply give a rating of high concerns and you select the areas that are most relevant to high concerns. Now BridgePoint makes this simple. It's not here to capture an elaborate evaluation of multiple topics. Typically, what we've seen in the field is that most issues are usually encapsulated around pay, scheduling, benefits, safety, or management. If you had an issue with a team member, it's usually captured under safety. If there's a problem with management, the management button usually captures everything about that, and so on. Now, BridgePoint is designed to typically separate concerns versus areas that are done well visually, so you don't make any mistakes. That's why when you're capturing something like things that are being done well, a BridgePoint provides you a tick box, say that safety and management was done well. You can click as many as you want. It's up to you, depending on how you conducted the session. But the most important thing is that you captured the concerns from your interview, and also you noted what they said was done well. And it's also good practice the first time to mark that a follow-up is needed for that particular session. You can also add notes. John was concerned mostly on pay. Once you've entered all of this really fast, you can just click Save Session. And that's it. But this is where the magic happens. So now that you entered your session data for your one-on-one session, you can click on the session menu item right here and see what was recorded. When you scroll down, you can see the data you entered for John Smith. And use this bar to scroll over and see you entered nurse manager, what your name was, what type it was, a one-on-one session, what department, the areas of concern that you highlighted, the areas done well, and also your comments. You can also click on the item if you want to make any edits. So that's how a one-on-one session was recorded, but let's record a group session real quick in the same manner. From this window, you can click Start Session, enter group data. Let's do something fun like pediatrics. You can use the same group name and department name. Enter group size. How many people did you speak with? Let's say we spoke with 5 people. And simply record the concern that all 5 generally were discussing with you about. So let's say most of their concerns was a 2, and it was around pay and scheduling as well. Or to be different, maybe we'll say it's all about pay and safety. Areas they did like could be management and benefits. Also, again, it's good practice to mark follow-up needed and to write an additional comment. Group was very communicative. Click Save Session. Now once you've saved the session, you simply have to refresh your mobile screen. And click on the Sessions menu item and scroll down. You'll see now that Pediatrics has been entered as type group with rating 2 out of 5, areas of concern and areas done well, along with your notes. And that's it. That's how you record one-on-one sessions and group sessions. But now, here is where the magic happens again for your manager. Let's take a look. So now, let's see what the manager sees. Here I've logged in as the manager Josh Wright. I want to know what sessions are currently being conducted by my team. So I simply click on my sessions button and I'll see all the sessions currently being conducted by everybody in my team. In the last session, the consultant Gail entered one-on-one data for John Smith and for the pediatrics group. Here, Josh can see this in real time, the data that Gail entered. If Josh wants to have a conversation with his educator Gail and change the data, the manager Josh can simply click on the session and edit the session. In addition to watching all of the sessions that his team is being conducted, he can also get a summary of the team activity by clicking on this menu item and get a quick summary over all the activity that his educators are doing from a session standpoint. Here, he can see that Gail conducted 3 sessions, 2 one-to-one, 1 group, and he can click on it and get details of the session history. This makes it easy for a manager to review the effort that every consultant is putting on into an engagement in one quick view. He can see the entire team activity, which departments each educator is reaching out to, and what type of sessions they're conducting, and go to each individual session to look at the details. At the bottom of the Sessions menu item tab, the manager can also see a session team count. How many sessions each individual in his team have conducted so far, both individual and group sessions. Now what's great about BridgePoint is all this data is being collated and aggregated into the manager's dashboard. When the manager clicks on dashboard, the manager will get great insights onto what's happening across all of his team members and the engagement itself. The dashboard provides AI insight recommendations, summaries, analytics on how each department that his consultants and educators are recording its data. This here shows a breakdown and distribution level of what's being recorded across all the different sessions. There's also useful recommended focus areas that the AI is highlighting, and also various trend histories. Now, in addition to the dashboard, if the manager was talking to a client, he can simply switch to engagement overview and talk specifically about the engagement rather than the details about his team. The engagement overview provides a subset of the dashboard, but specifically focuses on the items that a client might be most interested in, and not all the details of his individual team members. And this is why BridgePoint is so powerful, because all of this happens in real time. All the data collecting from your team and the aggregating of that data into easy dashboards to review are all happening at once. Thank you.